The twins do not look anything like us. Nothing that points to any of us Bike. Unlike Kanku, their elder brother. I have tried, but struggle to find any tinge of resemblance.
Reke was beginning to sound like a broken record to his younger sister, Bike, and she didn't hide her irritation. How can you even think that way, Reke? She retorted. We all know that some children look and act like their great-grandparents. Some of us were light-skinned. I also don't see any strange men anywhere near or around her camp. It's unfair to think that of her. She added, before going on to list off the expenses incurred by her brother's family which she had paid for in the last 6 months on his behalf. Reke was in a long-distance marriage with his wife, Hakam. He had married and left her in Solag City while he returned to his base, abroad. This was also Reke's second marriage. His first wife had become a complete stranger after he brought her over from the village. He missed jail by a whisker. Thanks to his solicitor, a master at the game. It was the main reason he decided to leave Hakam in Solag for some time. He also put his younger sister, Bike, in charge of his businesses in Solag. He thought that was a better arrangement, at least for the moment. She was the one he made extra monthly transfers to, in case his family had any need for money after he had given Hakam what he considered adequate in his absence. She also had a thriving business which he supported. The arrangement between him and his sister was strictly between both of them. His wife Hakam was oblivious to it. This was after all his blood sister and the one he could trust because she had always been there for him, as he had been for her. He traveled back home as often as he could to spend quality time with his family. He said bringing his growing family over was not in the deal, at least for now, because he was skeptical of Hakam acting like his first wife, and even some of his other friends' wives who had become unreasonable in another man's land. Sometimes ending tragically.
Reke, I think you should bring your family over. You may be playing with fire. Especially because you seem not to trust her.
One of his concerned friends who disagreed with his reasoning advised.
I just feel I'm being fooled by her. Those children, the twins, look nothing like me or anyone in my family, for that matter. I will do something about it. They bear no resemblance to her either. How is that even possible?
Oh! For crying out loud. Reke. Have a paternity test next time you are here. You are doing my head in with your incessant ramblings. Bike had supposedly come to her wit's end.
Bike, please don't sound like that. You know how busy it gets with my projects over there. And the inconvenience of it all. I also don't want the twins knowing that I have these doubts. They are my children. I just don't know if they are biologically mine. You will have to please take the samples to the lab on my behalf.
He also thought to have his first child tested as well. Just to be sure. With that it was settled. Test done on all 3 children. The results prove he was 99.99% their father. He felt bad for being doubtful and accepted the good news without further questions. Two years later, Reke decided to relocate his family. He thought it was time to do so. One of the requirements was proof of paternity and had to be carried out by the embassy's approved lab.
No issues,
he thought. If immigration DNA testing is required as part of the process, so be it. He reasoned. He was also certain that they were his blood relatives. His children. As proven by the previous test results. He had allayed his doubts after the reassuring results and agreed that some children take after their ancestors. Reke especially referenced their great-grandfather. That was when it happened. When the alarm blew. None of them were his biological children. None. Wait. What? Didn't Reke his sister take samples to a lab just 2 years ago with exact opposite results? Huh. His first child whose paternity he never doubted for a second was not his too. He was revived by staff after fainting for an eternity. He managed to walk to the door and was about to open it. The devastating news he heard barely an hour previously, however, refused to leave his thoughts. And he fainted again. After he woke up in hospital later that evening and was told why he had to be admitted, he asked to call his wife Hakam. What came to light was shocking, to say the least. Turned out that Reke knew that Hakam was unfaithful all along. She knew about Hakam's unfaithfulness. Her very incomprehensible explanation was that she didn't know what her brother was up to abroad. Neither did she want the monthly transfer to cease. Especially the latter, Reke deduced. Yes. Reke, Reke's younger sister, was not only a traitor. She was also a selfish co-conspirator. What shattered the camel's already broken back was that the twins did not also share the same father as their older sibling. Hakam wasn't even sure who their father was. She had become free with most of the men in their estate.
I'm suing her for deceit and damages because those beautiful children I have helped to raise are not biologically mine.
Reke declared.
They are mine only in my heart.
Well, Reke did exactly that. He sued Hakam for deceit and was awarded a large sum of money per child. He also won a court order forcing her to move out of their matrimonial home. Their case was treated as akin to bereavement for Reke because of the level of deceit. He has cut ties with Reke and considers her a stranger. He may remarry. And as they say, third time's the charm. Introducing the Not So Silent Stories blooper post story. Hope you notice it and have a laugh. Things come apart so easily when they have been held together with lies. Dorothy Allison. A painful truth is better than a pleasant lie. Bryant McGill. Must watch Not So Silent Stories. Please subscribe, like and comment. Thank you for your support.